Sometimes, you don't need more advice, you just need more silence. Because your soul already knows what to do. But you've covered it with layers of fear, logic, and doubt. You've made thinking your safety net, and feeling your threat. Yet truth doesn't shout, it whispers. And if you slow down long enough, you'll hear it. Your body knows when something isn't right. Your energy knows when someone isn't meant for you. Your heart knows what it wants to move toward. You don't need to analyze every step, you just need to trust the pull. Overthinking is what happens when your mind doesn't trust your intuition. But your intuition is ancient, older than your fears. So breathe. And remember, your soul is never confused. Only your mind is. You were taught to think before you feel. To reason before you trust. To plan before you believe. But the soul doesn't speak in logic, it speaks in energy. And sometimes, you must unlearn the noise of the world to hear it again. Unlearn the need to have every answer right now. Unlearn the fear that silence means emptiness. Unlearn the urge to chase validation. Because wisdom doesn't arrive in chaos, it arrives in calm. Your inner voice never forces you, it gently reminds you. It's patient, kind, and never urgent. But it can't compete with the loudness of your doubts. When you quiet your thoughts, you find truth waiting beneath them. And that's where peace begins. You are guided more than you realize. Every nudge, every coincidence, every delay, it's not random. The universe rearranges itself for your alignment. But overthinking tries to control what was meant to flow. When you stop trying to figure it all out, you start feeling your way through. You begin to notice, life has always been speaking to you. Through music, through people, through timing. Your path is not a maze, it's a map drawn in divine ink. You're not meant to rush through it, you're meant to live through it. And the compass you seek, is already inside you. Every quiet yes, every calm no, that's your guidance system. It never fails, only ignored. You don't need signs, you need stillness. Stillness reveals what panic hides. And when you choose stillness, you choose truth. There was once a river who envied the mountains. She thought they stood tall, while she only flowed low. So she tried to climb, pushing against her own nature. The more she resisted, the more she lost herself. One day, exhausted, she surrendered. She stopped fighting gravity, and flowed again. And in that surrender, she reached the ocean. She realized the mountains didn't need to move, and neither did she. She was never meant to climb, she was meant to flow. That's how your soul works too, it doesn't compete, it aligns. When you stop forcing, you start finding. Your purpose isn't up there somewhere, it's right here, beneath the noise. The moment you trust your natural rhythm, you reach your ocean. Not by control, but by surrender. Stillness isn't the absence of movement, it's the presence of awareness. You can walk slowly and still be still inside. Because stillness is not what you do, it's what you are. It's the space between thoughts where clarity lives. When you stop running from your mind, you start hearing your soul. That's where creativity flows. That's where healing happens. That's where you remember, nothing was ever missing. You were just too busy to notice what was already whole. Stillness reconnects you to what's real. To the breath that never left you. To the light that never dimmed. And to the knowing that never left, it only waited. Waited for you to stop trying, and start trusting. Because peace doesn't come to you, it comes from you. The mind wants proof. The soul wants presence. And between them lies your peace. When you overthink, you step out of the present. You trade the beauty of now for the illusion of control. But control is just fear dressed as logic. When you release it, you make space for grace. Your soul doesn't need explanations, it needs trust. Not everything sacred can be understood. Some truths can only be felt. Like love. Like intuition. Like divine timing. The moment your mind steps aside, your path reveals itself. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking harder, it comes from surrendering deeper. Let go. And let the knowing return. Life was never meant to be this complicated. You were born to feel, not to constantly calculate. Simplicity is your soul's language. It's not about doing less, it's about being more present. You don't need 100 affirmations, you just need awareness. You don't need constant motivation, you just need alignment. Everything becomes easier when you stop trying to make sense of it all. Your purpose is not hidden, it's unfolding naturally. You just need to breathe and allow. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where your soul chose to be. And that's enough. A wanderer once carried a lantern, lighting every dark path. But one night, the lantern broke. In panic, he stumbled through darkness, blaming the world. Hours later, his eyes adjusted, and he saw the stars. They had always been there, he just never looked up. Sometimes, losing the light you depend on shows you a greater one. Your soul doesn't need external answers, it's a universe of its own. The light you seek has always lived inside you. Every problem, every delay, every silence, it's a reminder to look inward. Because no matter how far you wander, you are the lantern. You are the light. And you were never really lost. When you finally trust your soul, you stop chasing. You stop explaining your path to those who don't understand it. You stop begging for signs, and start becoming one. Because when you're aligned, you are the message. Trust means letting go of what you can't control, and believing life is still guiding you perfectly. Even in silence. Even in pause. Even when nothing makes sense. Every delay has divine precision. Every ending has unseen beginnings. And your soul already knows that. So breathe again. Trust again. And watch the universe respond to your calm. In the end, awakening isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you've always been. You are the calm beneath the chaos. The silence beneath the sound. The knowing beneath the noise. Your soul already knows the way, it always has. It whispers through intuition, through stillness, through peace. And when you stop overthinking, you start listening. You don't have to figure it all out, you just have to remember yourself. Because the answers you seek are not out there. They're within you, waiting patiently. Your soul already knows. Now, let your mind finally rest, and let your heart lead the way home.